Hi, and congratulations on making it to the imperfect subjunctive. Imperfect here meaning really more past. In fact, that's a better name than the imperfect, because imperfect implies there's a preterite subjunctive, which there isn't. Don't worry about that. So imperfect subjunctive just means subjunctive in the past tense. All right, let's take a look at conjugations now. Let's take a present subjunctive sentence and see what that might look like in the past tense. All right, let's say ella is your instructor and she doesn't want us to misbehave. It's going to be I in this case, and such she doesn't want us to talk aloud or to eat in class. But she also doesn't want us to suffer, bless her heart. All right? So if we switch these into the past tense, it might look like this. All right? Quiere might go to quiso, the preterite. And these forms, what will those look like? Well, actually, there are three easy steps to get to those conjugations for the imperfect subjunctive. All right? The first step is taking the preterite tense, the ellos form, and see what you get. For hablar, it's hablaron. That's the first step. Second step is get rid of the on. And third step is pretty darn easy. You just add a. All right, hablara. That's the form. All right, and it's regular down the line for tú, and all the rest of them. So tú would be hablaras, el, ella, usted would be hablara, nosotros would be habláramos, and notice that we need an accent there, because if we didn't, it would sound like habláramos, which doesn't make sense. Kind of a lot of squiggles there. Sorry about that. The vosotros form, hablaréis, does not have an accent, unbelievably. And then the ellos form is hablaran. So you have a, as, a, haramos, haráis, that's an I, and harán. Okay? With comer, it's going to be exactly the same. You take the ellos form of the preterite, comieron, drop the on, and you're left with comier, and add an a, comiera, and it's the same right down the line. I'm just going to write it out really quick so you can see it really quick. Comieras, comiera, comieramos, comierais, and comieran. All right. That's not supposed to be there. Let's get rid of that. Oops, got rid of a lot. Comieran. There we go. All right, and sufrir, which I'm going to put over here and just show you one conjugation. Take the ellos form, sufrieron, drop the on, and you're left with sufriera. Oh boy. There we go. All right. Now, that's it. And so the forms are the same, ara, aras, ara, etc., for all the verbs. Unbelievably, though, there is a second way to conjugate these verbs. So if you'll excuse me while I erase most of what we just learned there. I hope you remember it. You can always replay it. There's a second way to do it. It's with a construction consisting of hace or yese. Instead of, for example, hablara, we're going to go habla and replace the R with an S and add E, hablase. All right? instead of hablara, hablase. And it goes straight like that down the line. Hablara, hablases, hablase, hablásemos, hablaseis, and hablasen. All right, comer and sufrir are going to look exactly the same way, but with the I and the E there. So instead of comiera, it's going to be comiese, comieses, comiese again, comiésemos, the accent, comieseis, and comiesen. All right, I'm just going to show you one example of sufrir over here on the left. Sufrir, we go to sufriese. That's an I. All right, sorry about that, but it does exist pretty much only in written Spanish, literature and some formal writing. It's not spoken anywhere except a little bit in Spain. All right, you may want to check with your instructor to see how much of it you need to know. All right, anyway, so these are all the regular forms. Most of the time we're going to be talking about the regular ara endings, ara or yera endings. All right, and at this point we've covered all the regulars, so you may be wondering about the irregulars. Well, I have some good news and I have some bad news. The bad news is there's a ton. The good news is, and it's very good news, you know them all. They come from the preterite, not surprisingly this time around, and they're completely regular. For example, if we take a verb like oír, all right, the ellos form is oyeron with a Y. We just do the same old thing. We drop the O-N and add an A, oyera. And the oyese form would be this oyese, as I said. Okay? If we take another verb of, let's say, a stem changing like dormir, in the preterite tense, it's the O goes to you, durmieron, drop the O-N, it goes to durmiera, so you could have predicted, or durmiese. All right, and finally, hacer. In the ellos form of the preterite, the A goes to I, hicieron, drop the O-N, and it's hiciera, or hiciese. Okay, one last thing. All right, see if I can find a little bit of space here. And that is, I'm going to erase this for a second. That is the verb I in the present tense. Remember that, H-A-Y? Here it is. In the preterite, it was, means there is, there are. Preterite, it was hubo. And that was the only one we were concerned about, the only conjugation, because there is the subject and there was no yo or tú or ellos. But in the imperfect subjunctive, we do need the hubieron form, which did exist in Old Spanish. So we can use hubieron, drop the on, and the imperfect subjunctive form is hubiera. Just like that. All right, just a little refresher, and that's it. Thanks so much.